Hare Krishna. I'm not such a good singer. I've been so inspired seeing all these youngsters, but we'll try. Okay. Maduram Madurebhyopi Mangalebhyopi Mangalam Pavanam Pavanebhyopi Harer Nameva Kevalam Pavanam Pavanebhyopi Maduram Madurebhyopi Mangalebhyopi Mangalam Saguru sapita chapi Samata bandhagopi sa Shikshaye che sadasmartum Harer nameva kevalam Vishwase nahi vishwasa Darudo bhavishyati Kirtaniya mato balyat Harer nameva kevalam Vishwase nahi vishwasa Adarudo bhavishyati Kirtaniya Gopal Harer nameva kevalam Hari sada vaseta yatra bhagavata jana Gayanti bhakti bhavena Harer nameva kevalam Harer sada vaseta yatra bhagavata jana Gayanti bhakti bhavena Harer nameva kevalam Mahot mahadokam Dukha dukha taram yata Rajatam samratna Harer nameva kevalam Aho dukkam mahadukam Dukha dukha karam yata हरे नामेव केवलम् Diyatam Karno Diyatam Vacha Diyatam Nityam Hare Nameva Kevalam Diyatam Karno Diyatam Vacha Diyatam Nityam Hare Nameva Kevalam Trinitritya jagat sarvam rajate sakalopari Chidanandam mayam sukham Harer nameva kevalam Trinitritya jagat sarvam rajate sakalopari Chidanandam mayam sukham Harer nameva kevalam Hare nameva kevalam Hare nameva kevalam Hare nameva kevalam Yeah, go ahead. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutaha Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagar Jata Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine Mancha Kalpatarudeshta Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So, very happy and very grateful to be amidst all of you all. And I would like to invite Gopal to join us. Gopal, please. Thank you. Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Ramo. Ramo Ramo. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, very happy and very grateful to be amidst all of you all. at Dubai at Hemangi Mataji and Ravi Pru's place. Very happy to be here. This is the place where Bibi Govind Maharaj, Shivram Maharaj, they have all stayed here. So very fortunate and very blessed that I'm coming to this house and seeking all their blessings. So coming to Dubai has been very inspiring for me. The first thing that inspired me was I stayed in Vishalpur's house. The tulsi in his house is so flourishing. Just looking at that, I was so amazed. That is the sign that Bhakti Devi is really flourishing in Dubai. Really. And I can, this 1 or 2 days I've been here, I can see the quality of devotees. Govinda Mataji and Aradhana, they are from a different country. But the way they have taken up Krishna consciousness, the way they're cultivating people is really very, very inspiring. And especially very inspired to see all the youngsters. The success of a movement is where the future generations actually take up. So today morning, I did an interview of Shri Vallabh Prabhu. So he was telling his own experiences of how his father inculcated the process of bhakti in them, and they are passing on to the future generations. So when youngsters take up, it's really the success of this movement. And these youngsters, they are definitely talented in Kirtan, but you can make out with their singing that they are singing with so much devotion, so much bhakti. So Dubai Yatra is super successful. As Dubai as a city is growing more and more, Krishna consciousness is here flourishing also. So very happy and very inspired to come to this place, Dubai, and seeing all the progress here. So today being Ekadashi, Govinda Mataji was mentioning this particular verse of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Madhavatiti Bhakti Janani Jatanne Palana Kori. Bhaktivinoda Thakur in this bhajan explains the various things that are helpful for the practice of bhakti, various things that are useful. One of that is tithis like Ekadashi. These tithis are Madhavatiti, connected to Krishna. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains if we follow these days very consciously, in a very devotional mood, what will happen? Bhakti Janani. Bhakti will be born in our hearts. And as Mataji was mentioning, the ideal way in which you actually celebrate Ekadashi is day and night, just spend time in Kirtan. One time there was one devotee who went to Gaur Kishodas Babaji Maharaj. He's one of our great acharyas, a Virakta acharya. So Babaji Maharaj told him, we'll have a festival today. And the devotee was very excited. Festival excites devotees a lot. So he went to Babaji Maharaj in his bhajan kutir and he didn't see any ingredients. Generally for a festival you need flowers, you need various items to make a recipe. So Babaji Maharaj said this is a different kind of festival. We will fast for the body, but we will be engrossed in the process of chanting and hearing. Chaitanya Charitamrita explains, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was there on this planet performing pastimes, when Ekadashi would come, he would be super excited. The full day, full night, they would be just doing Kirtan. In the land of Maharashtra, there's a great saint called Tukaram Maharaj. He has explained that every day he would have Kirtan, but especially on an Ekadashi day, full night, full day and full night, they would do Kirtan. So it's wonderful that Krishna's arrangement we are meeting on an Ekadashi day. And because all these, the youngsters, they sang so beautifully on the holy name, I just felt that it should just continue on and on. Just keep on chanting. So this particular song is called Keval Ashtakam. This song will help us develop more love and affection for the names of Krishna. The Mahabharata explains, Ahara Nidra Bhayamayitu Namja Samanya Etat Adhiko Vishesho Dharmena Hina Pashubhi Samana. The Mahabharata says there are 4 things. Ahara Nidra Bhayamayitu Namja Samanya Etat Pashubhi Narana. These are 4 things that are common between humans and animals. Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. So humans also do it, animals also do it. The speciality of a human form of life is to practice dharma. And this verse of Mahabharata says, if you are not practicing dharma, we are as good as any other species in this world. So the Lord has given us this human form of life so that we can practice the process of dharma. And what does dharma mean? Dharma has many understandings. But the highest form of dharma is to surrender to Krishna. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshishyami masucha. Generally, you tell people to practice dharma, correct? You encourage people practice dharma. Krishna is saying sarva dharman parityajya. Give up dharma. So should we practice dharma or give up dharma? Krishna is speaking about a higher platform of dharma. One level of dharma is performing your religious duties for the sake of doing it. But the essence of all this religious duties, the essence of this human form of life is Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja, surrendering to Krishna. And that Krishna descends in the form of the holy name. Kali Kale Nama Rupe Krishna Avatar. So surrendering to Krishna basically means we surrender to the process of chanting, offer our hearts, offer our soul to the process of chanting. So this chanting of Hare Krishna, the Mahamantra may appear very simple, but it has all the philosophy in it. The concluding shloka of Gita, Krishna is inspiring everyone to surrender. After Gita comes Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam has 18,000 verses. But the last verse of Bhagavatam, Nama Sankirtana Yasya Sarva Papa Pranashanam Pranama Dukkha Shamanas Tam Namami Harim Param. The last verse of Bhagavatam, after discussing all the pastimes of Krishna and all the philosophy, Sankhya, everything, the last verse is Nama Sankirtana Yasya. The only hope for all of us is Sankirtan. When Bhagavatam ends, Chaitanya Charitamrita starts. And Chaitanya Charitamrita, right from the beginning, Mahaprabhu is stressing this point. Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nama eva kevalam. Kalo nasteva, nasteva, nasteva gatir anyata. In this Kali Yuga, there is no other way to achieve that Supreme Lord other than the process of chanting. So we are so fortunate. We are getting to, sitting in Dubai, all of y'all are getting to experience such kirtan. This is not ordinary kirtan. This is on completely a spiritual note. Many times when we are given these opportunities, we are not able to value it. So God keeps giving us various opportunities. If we are intelligent, we will actually take shelter of these God-given opportunities. So this particular song is called Kevala Ashtakam. Ashtakam is 8 verses, 8 stanzas. Kevala means only. Basically, the song is the only thing, the only song, yeah, something like that. The only thing in this world that really matters. Harer Namaiva Kevalam. The only thing that is really something that is useful to us, something that can actually help us in this life and beyond, is the chanting of the holy names. So these are beautiful 8 verses which tell us why we should chant, how we should chant, set the right mood so that we can chant Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada and ISKCON, the entire philosophy revolves around chanting Hare Krishna. Everything revolves around chanting Hare Krishna. The film that Yadupati Prabhu made, the film is called Hare Krishna. Our movement is called Hare Krishna. Practically everything is Hare Krishna. But behind this Hare Krishna, there is a deep science. There is a deep science. And this is what is mentioned in this beautiful verse. So it says, Maduram Madure Byopi Mangalam Mangale Byopi. So Maduram Madure Byopi. The holy name of Krishna is sweeter than any other sweet thing in this world. We all crave for sweets. We want to experience that juice in life, that nectar in life. But the problem in this world is sweet things, even if you have a liking for a particular sweet, how long can you enjoy it? If your favorite item is a gulab jamun, 1 gulab jamun, 2 gulab jamuns, if you're given 100 gulab jamuns, can you eat it? That same sweet will start tasting, it will be disgusting after a certain point. You just can't do it. Right? And if you eat too much sweets in this world, you get diabetes, you get sick. But the chanting of the holy names of Krishna is such a sweet thing that the more we keep doing it, the more you want to do it. You want, because you find taste in it. Like Prabhupada would give this example. If there is a film song, a Bollywood, Hollywood song, how many times you can sing that song? 1 time, 2 times, 10 times, 100 times. After that, you get frustrated. You want to change the song. But this Mahamantra can go on for an entire life. entire life. Nothing changes. The same Mahamantra you keep chanting on Japa, same on Kirtan. But you can go on and on and on, because this names of Krishna is on the spiritual platform. Therefore, there is so much taste in it. So Srila Prabhupada explains in Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, ultimately we are all searching for happiness. Anandamayo Bhyasat. But because we are not able to find taste in the process of bhakti, in the process of chanting, we go out to seek the taste in this world. The things in this world definitely give you a taste. People come to Dubai to experience that taste, to experience that bliss. But how long? As soon as you experience it, it starts to fizzle away. But this holy names of Krishna is actually the sweetest thing. We may not experience it. During Kirtan, sometimes we experience the sweetness. But the challenge is when we sit to chant Japa, it becomes so monotonous, becomes so challenging. So sometimes we are not able to experience the taste of chanting. It's not that the taste is not there in the holy names. The problem is we are in a diseased condition. Srila Rupa Goswami gives this example. If someone has jaundice, such a person cannot, the taste buds go away. You cannot taste sweet. But the medicine for jaundice is sugarcane juice. You keep drinking sugarcane juice, in a jaundice state it tastes bitter, but while you are drinking it, it acts like a medicine. And your disease goes away and you experience that sweetness. It's not that the sugarcane juice became sweet, it was always sweet. But we never experienced it because of a disease. Similarly, for all of us, Bhavotshada Chotra Manobhirama. For all of us, for pure devotees, they chant Hare Krishna because they experience taste in it. For many of us, we may not be able to experience the taste. For all of us, chanting Hare Krishna is like a medicine. You have to do it every day. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. When you do it consistently, Krishna gives you that taste. And then you don't want to look into anything else. So therefore, this Acharya explains, Maduram Madurebhyopi Mangalebhyopi Mangalam. Chanting Hare Krishna is the most auspicious activity. Everyone wants good things in life, good things in their house. People go to an astrologer to find out if everything is good. People do all different things. They consult a Vastu, they have a laughing Buddha or whatever to bring about auspiciousness in the house. But the best way to bring about Mangal, auspiciousness, is to connect to Krishna in the form of chanting. This is the most auspicious thing. Just, I think day before, we were discussing with the devotees on the appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Very soon, Gaur Purnima will come in a month or so. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chose to appear during lunar eclipse. Eclipse, Grahan, in the land of India is considered a very Ashubh Samay. It is considered a very inauspicious time. You don't do any good thing on an eclipse. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he chose to appear on an inauspicious time externally. Why? Because it was an inauspicious time. So people of Navadip were taking bath in Ganga and constantly chanting Hare Krishna. So material logic tells you there is eclipse, there is a problem in your life, there is inauspiciousness. But the logic of Mahaprabhu is everything may be wrong in your life. But if chanting Hare Krishna is there in your life, from the spiritual platform, everything is auspicious. If your life is filled with wonderful things, no problems. But if you're not chanting Hare Krishna, your life is inauspicious. But your life may be filled with n number of problems. But if you have Krishna with you, your life is filled with auspiciousness. So the chanting of the holy names brings about a lot of auspiciousness, awakens good fortune. Shikshashtakam, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains, just by chanting Hare Krishna, the flower of fortune blossoms. The lotus flower of fortune blossoms in our life just by connecting to the chanting of the holy names. Ahead, this Acharya explains, Pavanam Pavanebhyopi. The holy names of Krishna are sweeter than the sweetest thing. It is the most auspicious thing to do. And it is also the most purifying agent. In Vrindavan, there is a story. One time, the gopis, They wanted to go to a place called Bhandirvan. There are many forests in Vrindavan, 12 forests. One of the forests is called Bhandirvan. There, Durvasa Muni, one great rishi, he was doing his tapasya there. So the gopis decided we will take a lot of food items, prasad, and give it to Durvasa. Because generally sadhus, they don't cook. They're busy in their bhakti. So they thought it's our responsibility. Durvasa is in Vrindavan. Let's go and feed him. But to get to Bhandirvan to meet Durvasa, they had to cross Yamuna Nadi. And there was no boatman. So they went to Krishna. Krishna, please help us. So Krishna told the gopis, go and tell Yamuna Nadi, if Krishna is a Bala Brahmachari, if Krishna is completely pure, give us way. So the gopis said, what Bala Brahmachari? Krishna is like performing pastimes with us day and night. But Krishna said this. So they went to Yamuna and they told Yamuna, if Krishna is a Akhand Brahmachari, he's maintained his purity, please give us way. And Yamuna opened up. And the gopis were shocked. They couldn't understand. They just walked through and they met Durvasa Muni. They fed Durvasa completely. And Durvasa was satisfied. Literally till the neck Durvasa ate that day. And the gopis had come to Durvasa. Now they have to go back crossing Yamuna. How do they cross? So they asked Durvasa, how do we go back? So Durvasa Muni told the gopis, go and tell Yamuna, if Durvasa is fasted for a long time, please give me way. So the gopis went and told Yamuna, if Durvasa is fasted, if he's not eaten anything, please give us way. And Yamuna gave way. And the gopis came back. The gopis were bewildered. What has happened appears like a contract between Krishna, Durvasa and Yamuna. All three are cheating them. But actually, there's a hidden message behind this. Even though Lord Krishna performs Ras Leela, does all this, Krishna is the purest of all pure. Krishna is the purest. And because he is pure, Yamuna gave way. So here this verse says, Pavanam Pavanebhyopi. Krishna is most pure. If we connect to Krishna, our hearts will also become pure. We will also become pure. Because Krishna is that form of purity. In our hearts, there is so much anarthas that we have. So much misgivings. Many times we are not able to recognize also. We are not even aware of the misgivings. When we take up the process of bhakti, we become aware of the dirt that is there in our hearts. So just like we take a bath every day, what is the way to cleanse the Atma? The process of cleansing the Atma is the process of chanting. Cheto Darpana Marjana. As we keep chanting, gradually the anarthas will go away. Pavanam Pavanebhyopi Harer Namaiva Kevalam. So therefore, the most important thing in our life, the thing that we have to make a priority is chanting of Hare Krishna. Luckily, we are there in Dubai in January. Right? January is still the start of the year, not too many days gone. People make resolutions in life. So what is the resolution that we can make for this particular year? The most important resolution is to prioritize chanting Hare Krishna. If you just do this one thing, you will see wonders happening in your life. There will be great wonders. So we will see in this particular song, again and again, the Acharya who's written the song mentions Hare Namaiva Kevalam, Hare Namaiva Kevalam. Please, we have to focus and prioritize chanting Hare Krishna. Our life should revolve around this. In the next paragraph, he explains, Abrahma Stamba Pariyantam Sarvam Maya Mayam Jagat. This world, right from the topmost planet, Brahmaloka, to the lowest planet, Maya Mayam Jagat. It is a place of illusion. It's a place where everything is temporary. Everything is constantly changing. Vishal was telling me, every time he goes to Goa and comes back, one new building has come up in Dubai. Some change has already happened. You close your eyes. You can try this. You close your eyes for 5 minutes, open up. You will see some change already happened. Someone has got up, someone has come. This material world, the only thing that is certain in this world is uncertainty. Everything will keep changing. It's a rule in this world. So nothing is permanent. We get so carried away by the different experiences that we go through life. Some good, some bad, but nothing is going to last. Param Pujya Radhanath Swami Maharaj explains, don't take anything in this world seriously. Because what you take seriously now, tomorrow it's going to go. Whether it is good or bad, there's no point in taking anything seriously. If you have to take something seriously, it is something that doesn't change. I remember in my childhood, uh, born in Tamil Nadu, stayed in Goa. So every summer vacation, we would take a bus from Goa to Bangalore. I still remember, my bus journey. There's nothing to do in the bus. And in those days, there was no mobile, nothing like that. So I would just keep staring at the clouds all the way till I fell asleep. And I would see different formations of things in the clouds. Sometimes you will see a face, sometimes you will see something, a mountain, you'll see different things. But as soon as a formation is formed, it disappears also in that same time. So nothing in this world we can literally hold on to as permanent. You hold on to a relationship, the relationship slips. You hold on to a position, the position slips. So what can we hold on to? We have to hold on to something that is eternal, that is non-changing. So here it is explained, Abrahma Stamba Pariyantam Sarvam Maya Mayam Jagat. Everything in this world is a place of illusion. Nothing here is permanent. Satyam Satyam Puna Satyam Harer Namaiva Kevalam. The only truth, again it is emphasized, Satyam Satyam Puna Satyam. Again and again emphasized, the only truth is chanting of Hare Krishna. In the land of India, when someone passes away, when they carry their dead body, they chant Ram Naam Satya Hai. What does it mean? It means that this is the only reality. But the issue is, the problem is, people remember this when someone has already passed away. It would be nice if they could come to a satsang before and remember at the start of their life only, Harer Namaiva Kevalam. This is the only thing that is a reality. In Varanasi is a very holy place. There is a ghat called, on the bank of Ganga, called Manikarnika Ghat. Any of you have been to Varanasi? You have been? So Manikarnika Ghat is a ghat to see. Constantly, any time of the day, any time of the year, there are 15 to 20 bodies being burned there. People do their final rites there. You go to that place, one thing you will hear constant. Ram Naam Satya Hai, Ram Naam Satya Hai, Ram Naam Satya Hai. But we don't realize it. We feel that we have a long life to go, but we don't know when that final moment is going to come. So therefore, we have to prioritize and understand Satyam Satyam Puna Satyam Harer Namaiva Kevalam. This is the truth that is always going to be there. There's one great philosopher, he said, very interesting statement. He said, don't compromise the permanent for the impermanent. You will be left with none. If you leave the permanent, bhakti to Krishna, if you leave Krishna for the impermanent things in this world, the impermanent is anyway impermanent, it's going to go away. You'll not have the impermanent, you'll not have the permanent. You'll be left with nothing. So we have to focus, you have to keep the main thing of chanting bhakti as the priority in life. There are different temptations that will keep making us shift our focus and purpose. We have to keep coming back to satsangs. And in these satsangs, we'll be reminded that have to stay focused. The first canto of Bhagavatam has the story of Narad Muni. Narada was a great acharya who was just traveling around the world chanting Hare Krishna. He explains to Vyasdev his previous life. In his previous life, as a 5-year-old boy, he met great sadhus who gave him the process of bhakti. And with the passing of time, his only mother passed away. So Narada goes out. This 5-year-old boy is so detached, he's going to the forest towards the Himalayas. He sits to meditate. He actually sees Krishna. But then Krishna disappears. And the Lord tells him, he gives him a fraction of darshan, the Supreme Lord, and he tells him, Narada, this whole life you will not see me. This whole life practice the process of bhakti, and in the next life you'll get an eternal spiritual body. The Bhagavatam first canto explains, Narad Muni, as a 5-year-old boy, he is going through different places. He's walking towards the north. He sees mines. He sees mines of gold. We were in gold souk. What is that? Gold souk. My God, the gold there is mesmerizing. It looks like gold of Lanka, it's so mesmerizing. It's like you have never seen such gold before. So Narad Muni went to places where there were unexplored mines of gold. If probably someone from Dubai, some Arab would have been there in place of Narad Muni, he would have settled there permanently. They just make a lot of money. But Narada went through these places of gold detached. He just walked through it. He went through beautiful places, many cities. So Prabhupada explains that even in the previous yuga, there were cities like Dubai, there were many things. Narada walked, completely detached. Because he kept that focus on his chanting, therefore he got a spiritual body, a spiritual spaceman who can just keep traveling everywhere. So we have to remain focused and remember the chanting of the holy names is our most important asset in life. Sa Guru, Sa Pita Chapi, Sa Mata Bandhavo Pisa, Shikshaye Chet Sada Smartum, Harer Namaiva Kevala. So it's a very beautiful verse. A lot of parents here. So this verse says, who is a father, who is a mother, who is a true guru, who is a well-wisher, who is a friend? Someone who connects your dependence to Krishna. Because ultimately, no father and mother is going to be there always with the child. No friend can be eternally there with one's friend. Everyone is going to go away at a certain time, right? In our own lives, going back in our lives, you can experience in our childhood we had best friends, and in college we had best friends. In time, everyone has passed away. So no one is going to remain eternally with us. So the beauty of parents, the duty of elders, the duty of friends is to inspire others in the path of bhakti. The father and mother is one who tells their children, your real father and mother is Krishna. I was discussing with Sri Vallabh today morning and how, he was literally speaking about his father, how his father gave him the culture of bhakti. His father is no longer there in this world. But see what the son is doing. He's heading the whole GCC Yatra, this whole preaching in this place. So this is a training that is going to last lifelong. Bhaktivinoda Thakur prayed to Krishna, please give me a son who can do your will. Hanumanji's mother prayed to the Lord, please give me a son who can actually do service to you. So training children is so very important. So Sri Vallabh was telling me that his father, the way Dubai preaching started, his father would catch children. I think Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu was sharing the story, how his father would catch children and make them chant Hare Krishna, give them verses of Gita, Bhagavatam. And all the children have become like adults now, married, leading the yatra. So giving this kind of Krishna conscious training to children is the duty of parents. Just doing material duties is not enough. We have to give them that connection with Krishna. This is the most important thing. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when it was time for him to take sannyas, he wanted to just renounce this world. His wife, Vishnu Priya, came to know that Mahaprabhu was leaving. And she was crying and crying because she was so attached to Mahaprabhu. Vishnu Priya's age was 16 when Mahaprabhu took sannyas. So she was so much moved and so much in separation from Mahaprabhu. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Chaitanya Bhagavat explains, or the Chaitanya Mangal explains how Mahaprabhu gave teachings to Vishnu Priya. Mahaprabhu told Vishnu Priya, who is the husband, who is the father, who is the mother, these things keep changing. So Mahaprabhu, who is the husband of Vishnu Priya, told Vishnu Priya, your real husband is Krishna. Take shelter of Krishna. Become dear to Vishnu. Your name is Vishnu Priya. Don't cry like this. And she focused her entire life on the practice of bhakti. So our duty as friends, relatives, is to connect, right? Help each other and teach everyone. Shikshaye che sada smartum harer namaiva kevalam. The Bhagavatam has a story of Suniti and Dhruva Maharaj. You know the story? Dhruva was a 5-year-old boy. He went to sit on the lap of his father, Uttanapad. His stepmother, Suruchi, told Dhruva, you can't sit. There was envy between co-wives. You can't sit. You take birth again, from my womb you can sit. So Dhruva, Bhagavatam explains, was hissing like a snake. Kshatriyas they can tolerate physical abuse. They can't tolerate emotional hurt. So Dhruva wanted to take revenge. He was so angry at 5 years old, 5-year-old boy, burning with anger. He came to his mother Suniti. Suniti means one who has good intelligence. What did Suniti tell Dhruva? Very beautiful, very instructive. Suniti told Dhruva, see Dhruva, I can give you some love, which I will definitely do. But my love will be very limited. It will not satisfy you. If you want to experience the love of millions of mothers put together, worship Vishnu. Go to the forest and worship Vishnu. Will any mother tell a 5-year-old boy go to a forest? And in those days, forests were really forests. Suniti sent Dhruva to the forest. Because she did that, Dhruva had darshan of Vishnu and he became a great devotee. And finally, when Dhruva was going to the spiritual world, his mother also went because the mother encouraged Dhruva on the path of bhakti. So it's very important that we pass to the future generations. Therefore, seeing all these youngsters has been very inspiring. You can understand that the Dubai model is really working in terms of preaching. The youngsters, the future generations are actually taking up. Nishwase nahi vishwasa kada rudo bhavishyati kirtaniya mato bhalyat harir namaiva kevalam. Nishwase nahi vishwasa. Nishwase means no breath. Yeah, the last breath. When that last breath is going to come, no guarantee. Does anyone know when that last moment is going to be? We all know a birth date. We just don't know when we are going to leave. It could be any time. It could be any time, any place. So, sign of true intelligence is to prepare for that final moment. Just like a sincere student who goes to school, college, he goes with a mood that I am preparing for that final exam. He just doesn't go there to wild off time. He's very focused if he wants to do well. Similarly, in the process in life, as we practice Krishna consciousness, very important and to be aware that time is ticking. Time is ticking. We are inching closer. Bhaktivinoda Thakur in one of his songs, he says, Udila tapana hoile asta, dinna gelo boli hoibe besta. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, with the rising and setting of the sun, one day is gone from your life. Whatever you do, you can't get that day back. Whatever we do. So every day when we get up in the morning, we should be thinking what should be the right mood. Krishna has given me a bonus day. Probably in all possibility, the previous night could have been the last night. We have woken up. Krishna has given a bonus day for us. What are we going to do with this day? If we live life like this, we can be very, very focused. Param Pujya Radhanath Swami Maharaj explains a very beautiful statement, very instructive. You can actually meditate on this. He says there are two things in life you should always remember and two things you should always forget. What are the two things you should forget? The good that you have done to others, forget it. Because if you keep remembering it, you'll be proud of it. And the bad others are done to you, forget it. Because if you keep remembering, thinking about the bad others have done, you'll not be happy, you'll not be peaceful. So forget the good you have done to others, the bad others have done to you. And what are the two things we have to remember? First thing, remember, death can come at any time. Jivan anitya janah sar, tahe nana vida vipada bhar. Naam ashraya kari jatane tumi, takah apana kaji. Life is temporary. That final moment can strike at any moment. Radhanath Swami Maharaj in his book Journey Home explains a very beautiful story. When he was 17 years, 18 years old, as an American, Richard Slavin, when he came to the land of India, searching for the absolute truth, he came to Prayag. Now it is Kumbh Mela time, people around the world are going to Prayag to take the bath. So Maharaj was at Prayag. He was just sitting on the bank of Ganga and just meditating, just trying to focus. That time one eagle, it comes flying down, enters into the water, picks up a fish with its legs, claws and goes away. So Maharaj immediately was reflecting, this fish never, it was swimming as any other day, it never ever realized that this hawk of fate is going to come and take it. But Maharaj also had another realization. If this fish was a little deeper in the water, this hawk of fate wouldn't be able to take it away. So therefore, As we practice the process of bhakti, it's important that, especially as years go by, we go a little more deeper, so that when calamities come, we are able to handle it properly. That kind of training is there. Nishwase nahi vishwasa kadarudo bhavishyati kirtaniya mato bhalyat hare namaiva kevalam. One of our very senior brahmacharis, Shikshashtakam Prabhu, he was in the army before. He explains that there's a very interesting statement in the army that is taught to the soldiers. You know what's that? The saying is, the more you sweat in peace, the less you bleed in war. The more you sweat in peace, the less you bleed in war. That means for a warrior, for a soldier, the more he's alert, he practices, his skill sets, everything is very sharp. When the attack comes, which is inevitably going to come, he'll be able to deal with it. So good times in our life is time for us to prepare for those bad times that are going to strike us at any moment. Hari sada vase tatra yatra bhagavata jana gayanti bhakti bhavena harir namaiva kevalam. So where is Krishna? Krishna is not there in the Vaikuntha. Naham tishtami Vaikunte yoginam hridayeshuva yatra gayanti mad bhakta tatra tishtami narada. So the Lord says, I'm not in Vaikuntha, I'm not in the spiritual world, I'm not in the hearts of the yogis. Wherever devotees assemble together, that's where I am. Prabhupada in one place in Chaitanya Charitamrita, very beautiful story. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in Jagannath Puri, all the devotees from Bengal would come every year to spend time with Mahaprabhu. So Nityananda Prabhu, who is Balaramji, he would also come to spend time with Mahaprabhu. 1 year it came, 2 years Nityananda came. The 3rd year Mahaprabhu told Nityananda, don't come to Jagannath Puri, stay in Bengal only. Generally you encourage people, go to a holy place. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling Nityananda, don't come to Jagannath Puri, stay in Bengal and you preach there. So Prabhupada explains how preaching Krishna consciousness is more important than staying in a holy place. And Prabhupada in that purport says, we have ISKCON temples around the world, Los Angeles, New York. Prabhupada didn't name Dubai, but Dubai is also part of it. Right? So Prabhupada says, any of these places where devotees are congregating together, that is Vrindavan, that is Jagannath Puri, that is Mayapur. So you all don't have to literally go out anywhere. Today, Sri Vallabh Prabhu was sharing his story. His father, he was in a dilemma. He was in Chennai, he was in a dilemma. Whether should I go to Dubai? He was getting a job opportunity, but he was feeling whether I'll be able to practice bhakti or not. He went to Jayapataka Maharaj. Maharaj told him, go to Dubai. Go and preach. So this is the mood. Maharaj could have told him, settle in Mayapur Dham. Told him, go and preach. And because someone did it, so many people are getting benefit. So staying in a city like Dubai and taking up the process of preaching is so very important. And just in this Kirtan, literally, you could experience Krishna. You could experience it. In the South India, there's a story of 3 Alvars. Just like we have 12 Mahajans, 6 Goswamis. In Sri Sampradaya, there are 12 Alvars. Very interesting story. One time, one particular Alvar, one particular great Acharya from the South Indian Sri Sampradaya, he was walking on the road and it started to rain heavy suddenly. And he didn't know what to do. He saw a small hut that was empty. He went into that hut. There was a bed. It was night time. He just lied down on that bed. After some time, there was a knock again. One more of the Alvar happened to pass that same way and he also came into that hut. Very small hut. Literally for one bed to come. Night time. So both these, because they were devotees, they adjusted. So they said, "Okay, there is place for one person to sleep. 2 people can sit." So both of them sat together and started to discuss about Krishna. Because devotees, when they come together, whether you're in Dubai or wherever you are, in Davan, you want to discuss about Krishna, they started to discuss about Krishna. There was a knock again on the door. And the 3rd Alvar, the 3rd great Acharya came. These 2 didn't say, this house is full, don't come. You're happy, please come. If 2 people can sit, 3 people can stand. So 3 of them stood the whole night and they were discussing about Krishna. As they were discussing, they felt there's a 4th person here. And the 4th person was Krishna himself. Hari sada vase tatra yatra bhagavata jana gayanti bhakti bhavena Harer Namayva Kevalam. So when devotees gather together with the same kind of focus and the same kind of intention to please Krishna, intention to that sincere thirst and greed to achieve Krishna, when that calling is there, Krishna descends in that chanting. Aho dukkam mahadukkam dukka dukkataram yatah kachartam vismritam ratna harer namayva kevalam. The biggest sorrow, there's no sorrow bigger than this. The biggest sadness, the biggest sorrow, or the biggest misfortune is one who takes the holy name of Krishna to be an ordinary thing. Kachartam vismritam ratna. The holy name of Krishna is a jewel. It's like a touchstone. It's like a desire fulfilling stone. But we don't value the holy names. In Sanskrit, there are two words, artha and anartha. Artha means, in Dubai, everyone understands artha. Artha means money. I mean, the kind of economy that's growing in Dubai is fascinating. Srila Prabhupada would be very impressed, thinking big, right? In Palm Jumeirah, in the middle of an ocean, an island has come up, and the kind of money that is coming in, you can't believe. Artha, everyone knows. Artha. The problem is, Palm Jumeirah, whatever it is, nothing of this is permanent, right? Ravan also had a Lanka, like you have gold souk. Ravan also had gold souk, but you have to leave everything and go. So the artha in this world is actually not artha. It is anartha. It is unwanted. And what is artha is chanting of the holy names. The problem with us is, what is useless, our entire energy goes in getting it, thinking about it, meditating on it. And what is most useful, we are not at all interested. So we have to learn to make the main thing as the main thing. Chanting of the holy name is the real wealth that we have. This is a very famous story in the life of Sanatana Goswami. There was one great devotee of Lord Shiva. He prayed to Lord Shiva, my dear Shiva, I want a lot of wealth. Generally, people go to gods to pray for wealth only, right? So he prayed to Lord Shiva, please give me a lot of wealth. So Lord Shiva told him, go to Sanatana Goswami in Vrindavan. He has a touchstone. You have seen a touchstone? I don't know whether it's there in Dubai. Touchstone, you touch anything, it becomes gold. Right? So he went running to Vrindavan, not to see Krishna, to get the touchstone. So he went and met Sanatana Goswami and told Sanatana Goswami, I came to know through some channel that you have a touchstone, Paras money. Can you give it to me? Sanatana Goswami said, just see, there's a dustbin outside, in that it is there. So this fellow jumped into the dustbin, very enthusiastic, because he wanted that touchstone. Removed the touchstone, touched everything became gold. He was like blissful, happy. As he was going out, he got a thought. This thought was given by Lord Shiva, inspired by him. The thought was, if Sanatana Goswami has thrown that touchstone in garbage, that means he has something more valuable than this. He comes to Sanatana Goswami. Do you have anything more valuable than this? Sanatana Goswami said yes. So give me that. Sanatana Goswami told him, first throw this touchstone in Yamuna. Finish. You can't get this thing what I want to give you until you're attached to that. So this fellow had the choice to make. I listen to Sanatana Goswami or gold suit, what I want. So he said, let me do it. He's a genuine person. He threw the Paramaric water. That means gone forever. And then Sanatana Goswami gave him the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is the wealth that can go even beyond this life. Whatever emperor you are, whatever you are, after this life you give up everything. This is the only thing that goes beyond. The only currency that will go beyond the material world. Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, they were millionaires, trillionaires. They left everything to come to Vrindavan to be beggar there because they understood that bhakti is the most important thing. So therefore we have to learn to value the process of chanting. This is something that is going to change your life the most this up for anything else in this world. Whatever temptations, whatever offers that we get, this thing we should not compromise. You have the example of Haridas. The Muslims, they told Haridas, you stop chanting, otherwise we will kill you. Haridas said, do whatever you want, my chanting will continue. So therefore, you have to understand, this is the most important thing. Giyatam giyatam karano, giyatam giyatam vajaha, giyatam giyatam nityam, harer namaiva kevalam. So, you will actually chant, keep chanting, keep chanting. If you chant and you want to chant more and more and more, just like you get ice cream or lovely. You eat one more, you want to keep eating. So, chanting, good chanting, also more chanting. You want to keep chanting. Giyatam giyatam karano, niyatam niyatam vajaha, giyatam giyatam nityam, harer namaiva kevalam. Keep hearing holy names, keep chanting holy names, keep saying holy names. This holy names will transport us beyond this world to the spiritual world. Thakur says in his bhajan, सुखे दुखे भूले ना को बजने हरि नाम बोलो रे. Good times, bad times, let all times be chanting times. Whatever happens in life, chant Hare Krishna. Whether good or bad, just keep chanting. So this should be the focus. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Again and again, we should be doing the same thing. And the final verse it says, Trini Kritya Jagat Sarvam Rajate Satalopari. Says, compared to chanting, like if you have a scale, on one end you keep chanting holy names, on the other end you keep the whole world, Dubai, US, everything, you put it in one scale, all the gold, everything. Still, what is more heavier is the holy names. This whole world, the ideal realization we should have, we should be aspiration. The whole world is like a blade of grass. Significant. We should just give it up for the process of chanting. When Sita was there in Lanka, Ravan kidnapped Sita in Lanka, and Ravan would come and propose to Sita every day, just marry me, give up Ram. What does Ram have? He's in the forest, he doesn't even have a king. I am the Lord of Lanka, you marry me, I will make you the principal king. You become the goddess of this entire world. Sita Maya took the grass and put it in front of Ravan. Your entire proposal is like grass of me. I don't care. She just gave it up. And because she was that focused, that determined, she was ready to give up everything, she achieved the lotus feet of Krishna. Rajate Sakalopari. The holy name of Krishna is the king of everything. If you have this, then everything else is there. Speaking about Ramayana, probably we'll just end with this one or two notes. In the Ramayana, you have two examples. One of Ravan, one of Vibhishan. Ravan, he got Lanka, golden Lanka, but he didn't have Ram. For Lanka, he gave up Ram. But at the end, Ravan neither got Lanka nor got Ram. Vibhishan, for Ram, he gave up Lanka. He gave up his connection with brother. He just left Lanka, came to Rameshwaram to surrender to the Lord. Vibhishan got Ram also, he got the golden Lanka without work. Without doing any work, he just got it. So if you are intelligent, you follow in the footsteps of Vibhishan and keep the priority as chanting, everything else will come. I was explaining to the devotees, ISKCON, what is the history of ISKCON? When you go to Mayapur, you will see the history of ISKCON. In Mayapur, which is their headquarters, it started with a small thatched hut. That hut is still there. Worth thousands of rupees, probably not more than that. That is where, in those days, he would say, world headquarters of ISKCON. And what it is? One thatched hut. Chanting Hare Krishna. What did Prabhupada do? Was Prabhupada a fundraiser? What he was? Prabhupada chanted Hare Krishna. Because he had that faith. Now, next to that thatched hut, you have the world's biggest temple coming, worth billions and billions of dollars. This is the story of ISKCON. From a hut to a $1 million temple. And how did this all come? By sincerely prioritizing chanting. Chidanandam Mayam Shuddham Harir Namaiva Kevalam. This name of Krishna is Chidhananda. It is spiritual. So when we connect to the name of Krishna, we experience the best of both worlds. Material success comes on its own, and spiritual success is guaranteed. So therefore, let us make chanting of the holy names our priority. Increase the quantity of chanting, increase the quality of chanting. If you can do this particular year, this year will be the start of all great fortune. So thank you all for being so patient and hearing so attentively. Once again, very grateful to Hemangi Mataji, Ravi Prabhu for hosting us, to Vishal for Karishma Mataji for inviting me over and making me stay in their house, to Govinda Mataji for organizing this whole thing. So I'm very inspired to come here and very happy to serve you all in some way. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Anyone has any questions, any comments? Yeah.
You said 2 things to forget and 2 things to remember.
Yeah. 2 things to forget is.
No, that is. Remember, you said.
Yeah, I forgot the next one. Oh, the audience is really attentive. What's the name of that girl sitting at? What's your name, Baba? Aradhya. She's there with notes writing. Where is your notebook? Wow, this is such an inspiration. Such an inspiration. Sincere girl, she's writing notes. Wow, very inspired. So Mataji is very attentive. Probably I purposely missed that thing. So I said 2 things to forget, that the good that you have done to others, the bad others have done to you. 2 things to remember. One is death can come at any moment. Therefore, always remember Krishna's holy names. That's it. Like in a video game, when you play a video game, you want to complete the game, you want to win the game, but you have to do it in that time duration. To win the game, you have to be focused on the goal and you have to also be focused on the time. So in this world, we have to be conscious of 2 things. We have to be Krishna conscious and we have to be time conscious also. We have to attain Krishna in that time frame. We can't waste that time. If you're focused, then we'll achieve Krishna. Thank you. Any other questions? Any other comments? Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for the class. I have a little practical question related to Ekadashi. Sometimes it is said that some Ekadashis are split into sections of 2 days. Sometimes. Or because sometimes they say the Ekadashi Tithi starts at night before the real Ekadashi. So is it always to be followed from sunrise to sunset or from the day before? Like we should not eat any grains before Ekadashi starts?
Ideally, actually, yes. Ideally, ideally the way is the previous night also you drop it. But if you do too many rules now, attendance will be very less. People will start dropping off. Already quite a few rules that is getting a little difficult. So Prabhupada was a little merciful. He didn't stress on too many things. He can use you eat the previous night and at least on Ekadashi day, you okay. That's the kindness of Srila Prabhupada. So ideally we follow it on the day of Ekadashi. Simple, start from the morning of Ekadashi and follow the Parna time and then break it the next day. Simple. You don't have to use too much brains, just follow. Thank you. Yes?
The explanation for when gopis went across the river, so the explanation for why Durvasamuni or Agastya
Durvasamuni, yes.
So why you said that if I have completed fasting?
Yeah. So yes, good question. Again shows you're attentive. Shukdev Goswami also purposely would skip some points and Parikshit would follow it up. So I'm not Shukdev Goswami, but definitely you all are like Parikshit. You all are yelling very attentively. So Durvasamuni, because great yogis, great devotees, you can't judge them on an external level. They may be eating a lot of prasad, but still they are doing it not for their satisfaction, they are doing it for Krishna. So the point is, whether it is Krishna's activities or great devotees' activities, you can never judge. Don't use your brain, you'll get short-circuited. Just have faith. What you can't understand, just offer obeisances. Great soul, come on. So I think Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati's time, there was this great Babaji called Bamshidas Babaji Maharaj. He was such a great, different person to understand appeared to be like a madman. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati told his disciples, don't go too close to him. You all will misjudge him. So the point is, great devotees and Krishna, you can never judge. Just accept. Okay, I think we are quite late. Quite late. I'm sorry for going over time also. Hare Krishna.
Gopal, So we have the scholarship to Saga.